What's going on, guys, and welcome back to another episode in my Football Manager series. This is episode number 74. And today we're returning with perhaps one of the biggest episodes of the series. Yes, we've got the Europa League semi-final, both first leg and second leg. First coming away in Germany, and the second at home as we take on Borussia Dortmund, who beat us in the Europa Conference League final a few years ago. And sandwiched in between that, a game at home to Spurs in the Premier League, where if we win, we'll guarantee Champions League football at Carrow Road next season for the first time in the save. It's a potential series-defining episode today. Who's ready for an epic Docs choke? Before we get to the game today, let me show how Norwich have been getting on off camera. And of course, in the last episode, you saw our 1-1 draw away in Turin against Juventus to put us through to the semi-finals, and the dramatic comeback victory at Wembley in the FA Cup semi-final over Manchester City to put us through to our second FA Cup final in 2 years. Just two games off camera. One was in midweek last week, and then one on Monday night as well. So we've got to try and cram so many fixtures in to a really tightly congested schedule. We beat Newcastle by 3-1 at home. Ryan Brewster scored a 1-on-1. Yes, do not adjust your screen. He scored a 1-on-1, then there was an own goal, and Sanabria got our third goal right before the break. Always nice to see Sanabria get a goal, as he made it 3-1 in the game. He's had a brilliant bounce back as well. Broke his lower leg at the end of last season, missed the World Cup, and would have been part of Argentina's World Cup winning squad. Talk about a bounce back and an encouraging comebacks, inspiring story. Encouraging. It's been a good story for Sanabria, basically. But following that, on Monday night, we had a victory over Derby County away at Pride Park by 5-2. And as you can see from my lineup here, ahead of our trip to Germany, I did decide to rotate a lot of this side. But honestly, man, this is, in my opinion, this is the best Norwich team we've ever had. Because despite fielding a much rotated and much changed side, it was still far too powerful for the Rams. We beat them by 5-2, and Sanabria got his second goal in 2 games in this one. Crowley got a goal, which was nice to see, because Carl this season hasn't been exactly amazing, considering how much money we spent on him. Although, to be fair, he has been overshadowed by Teddy Gray. Brewster scored once again as he continued his pursuit of the Golden Boot. And Stephen O'Connor, the young German/Irish central midfielder who still hasn't opted to choose one of those two countries yet, bagged a brace in this game. Haven't seen O'Connor as much this season, but he's still a really crucial member of our side, as I love his versatility and his work ethic. So yes, back-to-back wins in the Premier League, and that is why as we head into the first leg of the Europa League semi-final. Right now in the Premier League, if we beat Spurs on the weekend, we will guarantee top 4 in Champions League football next season. Why? Because we've got a game in hand on both Manchester United and Manchester City, and we're 9 and 10 points clear respectively, and in the final 4 games, there is a Manchester derby. So because of that, both teams can't win the game, obviously, because that's not how football works, and I don't know why I said that, and because obviously that means if we win today, we'll go 12 points clear. There'll be 4 games to go, and of course mathematically they both one of those, actually think about it, one of those teams could pick up 12 points. Well, let's be honest here. We basically would have guaranteed it. Maybe mathematically we wouldn't have guaranteed it, but I tell you what, if Manchester United don't win, then we will have guaranteed it if we win Spurs. So basically, if we win today, we guarantee top 4 football. Does that make sense? I hope so. There's not really anything else to show you either, so let's jump into our first of the triple header today, away in Germany against Borussia Dortmund, who again, if you remember, back in season 4, or was it season 5? I can't remember which one now. They, of course, beat us in the Europa Conference League final, which was, of course, at the time, the first final we'd ever reached. They've been on a really good run since the beginning of March. Only 2 defeats since then, both in the Bundesliga. But they've won their last 5 games in all competitions. They might sit in 6th place right now, well outside of a European place, but they do seem back on track and in really good form. So this will be a very tough tie for us to get through. And, of course, last year, we were knocked out by Valencia in heartbreaking fashion. Let's see if we can avenge our demons. So right now in the injury report, once again, I can't believe I'm saying this. Is this 3 episodes in a row? We've not got any absentees. This is remarkable. Give those physios a raise, and this will be our team. Tiki-taka system for the games. I do believe it's our best system and best formation, and this is our lineup. Zangrandi's in goal. It's back for Sanabria, Pavlovic, Godfrey and Aaron's, with Kenner, Longstaff and Mount through the middle. Bamba supports Teddy and Rian up top, and on the bench you've got Dean, Basia, Larici, Provenzano, Almada, Madu, and Crowley as well. First of the triple header, it's the first leg away in Germany. Come on, you Canaries. Let's avenge our demons of last season and reach the Europa League final. I was targeting a place in the final this year, And so, of course, I'll be disappointed if we don't get it. Oh, is that the guy with a release clause? It's like 90 million. Yeah, 90 million release clause. He's such an interesting player. Dortmund have been playing him as a striker despite 11 finishing, but he's got some amazing stats. But yeah, I'll start in a place in the final, but I won't be too disappointed if we go out in the semi-finals again because, again, what I care about more than anything else this season is Champions League football next year. And whilst we can get it by winning the Europa League, I mean, we are so many points clear in the Premier League right now. That is my main objective. So if we go out today in the Europa League, yes, we're disappointed to have back-to-back semi-final heartbreak, but the Premier League is our most important objective. Got to stay in the top 4 as we have an early corner. Bamba floats in and Julian Brandt heads clear, but Matty Longstaff tracks it down as we look for an early chance. Bamba on the verge of Norwich City history, looking for a record amount of assists, and he's... What? Herman Bamba has just scored his second goal of the season, and I need to watch that in the 3D. Oh, it took a deflection off the man on the line. That's why I can't click and find out who it was, but it was the man on the line deflected it in. I was like, how on earth did the ball just sort of like turn like a UFO and go in like a 90-degree bend? How the hell did it do that? It took a deflection, that's why, but Bamba's claiming it. It must have been on target towards the far corner. We're 1-0 up. And we're 2-0 up. What a start. Our 2 record signings have given us 2 early away goals, and we have stunned the Signal Iduna Park silent. Jonathan Sanabria for his 3rd goal in 3 as shot spilt by Gigi, and Teddy Gray, what a signing he's been for 70 million, gets his 24th goal of the campaign. 2 goals up, 15 minutes in. I wanted an away goal tonight. I didn't think we would get 2 in the first quarter of an hour. Incredible beginning. This is our season, baby. This is our season. I thought there's no way we can improve after last year's fantastic campaign, but as Julian Brandt makes it 2-1, that's what we're on course to do. But as the Germans are right back in it, they've halved the deficit. We've got 2 away goals, so I'm feeling very confident, but Brandt does give Dortmund a big lifeline here. If we were to be leading by 2 heading into the break, I wouldn't say the tie's over, but it'll feel like the game was. Brandt, however, keeps Dortmund in it, back to deficit 1. What? Back to the deficit being 1. That's better. Oh, and can Spurs just piss off with the interest on Mason Mount as well? Look, I'm not selling Mount to Spurs, it's not going to happen. But he's been, I wouldn't say underperforming this year, but his body language is never ever good now because of that. And he won't listen to the new contract talks either. I'm not saying, I'd rather lose Mason Mount for free in 2 years' time than sell him to Spurs in the summer. I know it sounds ridiculous, but I'm not letting him go there. I've got no interest in strengthening our rivals and weakening our team in the process. But as Aaron slides through Brewster, an early chance in the second half here to restore our 2-goal cushion. Oh no, oh my god. We have had so much bad luck in this save, and I feel like we're cashing in on all the good karma we've accrued in 1 game. We deserve this shit, man. We honestly deserve this shit. We have had so much bad luck throughout the course of this series. We deserve moments like this. Gigi Donnarumma is having a shocker as he pats the shot from Brewster right at his teammate, and it trickles into the open goal. 3-1, 3 away goals in Germany. I'll tell you what, if we choke this away like we did last year, I will never forgive myself, man. Godfrey to Aarons. We're going for a 4th. We're going for a kill. We are ruthless out there tonight. Aarons, Brewster. Oh, almost was 4. You know when you start to recognise your self-worth? You stop feeling sorry for yourself, you stop accepting pity and sympathy, and you just level up, you know? You just improve yourself and you just develop yourself and you become a better person. This is the equivalent of doing that in Football Manager. We're a different team now. We're a Norwich team you don't need to feel sorry for. You don't need to talk about the bad luck we've had. You just know that we've made so many improvements over the past 2 to 3 years, and now we're Norwich City, baby. We're Norwich City. People have written us off today, and you've proved them all wrong. Well done on the great result. I fucking love this team, man. I've said it a few times this season, but I'll say it once again. When we decided to blow this team up, it was a bold decision. It could have backfired massively, but what a call it was. This Norwich team is just so much better now. It's younger, it's more exciting. It feels like more of our team, if you will. I love this team. I love this group. The only way is up with the young talents we've got. Who's interested in Sanabria? Tottenham, piss off. But yeah, we're going places, man. We're going places. Spurs literally want to sign every single one of my young talents, man. It's so annoying. I guarantee at one point or another, Spurs have had interest in basically every single player that's 24 or under. It's just like, leave us alone, man. Go find your own wonder kids. Oh, don't be a serious injury for Pavlovic. I think Aarons might be out of the game on Sunday, but don't be a serious injury. Oh, thank God, just a bruised ankle. I mean, it was about time we started to get some bad luck with injuries at some point, but thankfully they're just day-to-day ones. They should be fine. But what I'm worried about is, like, today, as I'm advancing through to the second leg, we're going to see, like, Gray break his face in half or something and be out for the rest of the decade. And as May comes around, Ryan Brewster is just one player of the month. He's been amazing this year once again. I know I've said it quite a few times this season, and I really, interest from Spurs, of course, I really should stop saying it, but he's 27 now, and he's not had a single cap for England despite all of this. It's just not fair. He's not got dual nationality, so he can't be called up by anyone else, but I literally cannot understand why he's been overlooked. I really can't. I would like to think when Kane finally retires on international level, he will get called up. But it makes no sense how he's not got a single call-up in the entire save. Hey, and I just won Manager of the Month as well. I barely ever win Manager of the Month, but finally, I've managed to win my second one of the save. Things are changing. I feel like I'm getting better tactically. Kind of. The team is much better, and we're on the verge of Champions League football as well. Win this game here, and we'll have it. Just before we get to the Spurs game as well, Premier League games to keep your eyes on today. Manchester United at home to Derby County should be a banker. Same with Man City at home to Sheffield United. But if the Rams pull off a massive shock, that could end Manchester United's Champions League hopes today. Although again, I highly doubt that will happen. So let's see what happens as we process through the 3 p.m. kickoffs. Note it's a 2-0 win, which means that even if we do win against Spurs tomorrow, we won't mathematically guarantee it, even though we'll basically be there. And as for Manchester City at home to Sheffield United, I think that should be a bank for them. Oh no, they drew 1-1. The Blaze took points off. Well done to Sheffield United. So that means now, can Man City catch up? They are 9 points behind, 3 games to go. Well, they need to win every single game, and all we need is a point. And therefore they won't be able to catch up. So Man City's Champions League dreams are basically over. Manchester United's hanging by a thread, but beat Spurs and it's basically all over for them. So let's do it then. Second of 3 games today, and we can all but clinch it here at Carrow Road. Even though we are in great form right now, I'm still not feeling overly confident. I just never feel very confident when I take on one of the traditional big six in the Premier League. Not for a while anyway. And hence the game, stick with the tiki-taka system, but due to some injury problems, we are going to make a couple of changes to our lineup. Zangrani's in goal. It's back for Rossana Bria, Basir, Godfrey and Larici as Aarons and Pavlovic, are going to miss out due to the knocks they picked up in training. Kenna, O'Connor and Longstaff are through the middle today, with Bamba once again supporting Gray and Brewster. On the bench, Henderson, Akuaku, Warburton, Provenzano, Almada, Madu, and Crowley as well. No Mason Mount, because with us playing Spurs today, yeah, I think his mind might be on other things and he might intentionally hit the self-destruct button. I'll save him for Thursday instead. Second of 3 games today and a chance to all but secure CL football. Come on, you Canaries. James Maddison returning back home to Carrow Road. If you want to have a shocker today, James, I'd really appreciate that. But yeah, last season, first major honour. This season, possibly securing Champions League football, plus another major honour, plus a potential Europa League final, plus potentially retaining the major honour we won last season as well. I can't get over how good we've been this season, man. It's been incredible. Not there yet, though. Not there yet. And I won't be celebrating it until we've officially done it, because the fact of the matter is, with all the chokes we've had in this save, you just would not be surprised, would you, if we somehow do it again. As Spurs have the first highlight of the game, but where are they going with this? This has been going on for about 2 in-game minutes here, and as Teddy Gray has robbed Demi Rao, this could be 1-0. And it should have been, but hit it straight at Paul Lopez. Again, that's the side of Gray's game that we need to develop, that cool finish in front of goal. We know he's a pure goal scorer. He'll always get us goals, but again, he needs to improve that stat a little bit if he's to become more reliable and the most deadly striker in the world. 14 is good, but as I always say on a striker, I like 15 minimum. So the fact it's not even 15 is, again, the only concern with Teddy Gray. As Zangrandi throws it out to Larici as the Brazilians try to build from the back here. And he'll play it into Matty Longstaff as the English midfielder finds Brewster. As we look for that first goal, we've made the brightest start. Now can we get the early goal? It's Larici. We spaced across. And Bamba heads over. Keep the pressure on. Absolutely love the body language as well. Motivated, composed. You love to see it. And while Spurs have dominated possession, they've not taken a single shot in the first half. We're still deadlocked at 0-0. I think I would take the point, to be fair. It would end our winning run, but based on how many games we've got to squeeze in, the lads are going to be clearly tired between now and the end of the season on a regular basis. I'd take the point. I would take the point. We edge ever closer to Champions League football. It's not a bad result against a good team. I'd take this. Slow and steady wins the race. That's how we got to look at this here. We'll be going 7 points clear. We'll still have the game in hand as well. Yeah, I'm fine with this, as Larici shoots and Paul Lopez makes the save. Not in the most action-packed of games, but again, a point is fine by me. Might not all but secure it today, but another clean sheet, another valuable point. Yep, I'm fine with that. Gelson Fernandez says tell the team the performance is disappointing, but I'm not going to say that. I'll say you're unlucky. The body language is good. The morale is good. We're still in great form. We're still undefeated. No need to go harsh, man. There's plenty of games remaining. We're, again, 7 points clear. Better goal difference. Game in hand as well. Plenty of time to secure this. We're almost there. Just slow and steady. Slow and steady, Gelson. You'd think he'd know a thing or two about being slow and steady based on the fact he had no pace whatsoever in the years he spent with us. But I just saw that Bayern Munich beat Borussia Dortmund on the Sunday as well in the Bundesliga. So that's Dortmund's second loss in a row in all competitions after we beat them on Thursday. So they're going to be in poor form, have poor morale for this second leg trip here. If we choke in the second leg like we did last year, I mean, Norwich City will officially be cursed. So let's do it. Third and final game of today's triple header, and we're 90 minutes away from a place in the Europa League final for the first time in the save. Last year we choked against Valencia, who are in the other semi-final tie. But I believe, holding this 3-1 leg, that this time we won't choke it away like we did with the exact same scoreline last season. So this will be our team for the match. You've got Zangarandi in goal, back for Asana Bria, Pavlovic, Godfrey and Aarons was the two players that missed out on the weekend are back in. Kenna, Longstaff and Mountain through the middle, and Bamba supports Gray and Brewster up top again once again. So it's the same lineup as we had this time last week. On the bench, Henderson, Basia, Larici, Provenzano, Almada, Madu and Crowley as well. All we got to do is not concede 3 goals and we're going through. Come on, you Canaries, please, man. I mean, no, I don't think it's going to happen. I don't think it's going to happen. I mean, I don't. I know last year was just an epic collapse, but I can't see lightning striking twice, man. I can't see it happening. I mean, we've got a brilliant team. I'd say our team is better, personally, despite the great young talent they've got. And we're at home now as well. Unlike in the second leg last year, we were away at the Mestalla in Spain. I mean, if we get an early goal, that will surely do it. Bamba out to Max down the right-hand side. And we could find one here as well as Aarons has space to dribble in across. And yes! Nerves settled just 6 minutes in. Doesn't change Dortmund's game plan. They still need the 3 goals, but there's a bit more breathing room for us there as we get ourselves the early one. Max with the assist and Teddy Gray, again, he's better with his head than he is with his feet. And at 6'3", I guess that makes sense. Nods in from close range, 1-0 Norwich. Surely we're heading to the Europa League final. Corner, which Herman's going to take. And I mean, right on cue again, it's Gray going up with his head and putting it just wide the post. I love their connection because, you know, Bamba is just elite from set pieces. That's where most of his assists come from. And Teddy, again, is best with his head as well. Those two, man, are just a match made in heaven as Max finds Mason. And we look for a second goal here. It's all Norwich in the early stages. Mount in the area, looking to cross. And there he is again, getting up, but couldn't keep it down. That's yours, Ben. Yes, well done, captain, as we win it back. Dortmund yet to get going tonight. They've been shell-shocked by the early goal from Gray, I think, as Bamba fires that shot from distance just wide. We've got Sheffield United on Sunday, and that's a tricky test away at Bramwell Lane, where we often struggle. So I'm going to take some starters off at the break, which I know could possibly cause us to backfire. But at the moment, we're doing fine. If we can hold on, still leading tonight, heading into the break, as Brandon Williams' shot is easily saved. Yeah, I'm going to take off some starters and trust that some more fringe players can see us through. Says a lot when those fringe players are the wonder kid right back Larici and Thiago Almada. You know, just shows you the depth we've got at this team this season. But again, still leading by 1 on the night and 3 over 2 legs. If Dortmund get an early goal in the second half, I will start to have a little bit of doubt, but I trust this team, I do, as Kenna wins it back and slides through Teddy, who's been the best player on the pitch tonight. Down the left, he'll cross to the edge, and there's Rian Brewster, brilliant first touch, and that should have done it. Donnarumma with the save, keeps Dortmund alive. Not going to matter though with 13 minutes to go, as Larici thunders one off the frame of the goal. as it goes behind for a throw. Yeah, 12 minutes on the clock. It's over. We're heading to the Europa League final. Demons avenged. It'll be our third cup final of the season. What a campaign we've had, man. And a free kick for the Canaries. And this will be a dream if Matteo can wrap it up from 22 yards. Oh, yeah. You know, I asked you guys a couple episodes ago, who's your favourite player in this team? I just can't choose between Matteo and Herman. I love them both so much. On as the deep line playmaker. I love this guy, man. He reminds me so much of Pirlo. It's 2-0 Norwich. We're through to the final. Demons avenged. And we are in to the Europa League final for the first time. We're in the final. Congratulations. You all completely deserve it. I'm delighted for you all. I've said that 3 times this season. Can you believe that? Absolutely buzzing. And somehow Provenzano won man of the match when he only came on for like the final 20 minutes. That's extraordinary. That's got to be like the least amount of game time I've seen someone win man of the match. But he was flawless when coming off the bench, including wrapping the game up as well. I love this guy, man. I absolutely love this guy. I do wish his strength and defensive stats were a little bit better so I could play him as deep line playmaker forever. But I love you, Matteo, man. Never leave us. Never leave us. So Sevilla in the final of the Europa League. They, of course, are the most successful side to ever played in the Europa League, having won the competition 5 times. And, of course, we knocked them out last year, if you remember, in the round of 16, I think it was, on our way to reaching the semi. So, thankfully, it won't be Valencia again. I wouldn't fancy my chances against them. But, yeah, Sevilla, whilst they have the best record in the competition, I think will be favourites for it as we meet at the Parc des Princes at the end of the season. So, 2 cup finals at the end of the season. We've already won 1 this season in the EFL Cup, and of course the biggest cup final of them all is our 4 final Premier League games as we look to secure Champions League football. Have a great day, guys. Much love to you all, and I'll see you for the next episode. And really, as you look at the league table here, with 7 points being the gap between us and Manchester United, and a game in hand as well, I might just play the next 2 off camera and come back for the final 2, because I'm pretty sure we'll wrap it up against either Sheffield United or Brighton. So yeah, I think in the next episode we'll just play the final 2 Premier League games, where by that point I'm pretty sure we'll have Champions League football. Have a great day, guys. Much love to you all. Although, to be fair, I mean, it could be a choke. It could be a choke. No. It's not going to happen. Arsenal and Everton in the next episode, unless we lose at Bramwell Lane. Otherwise, it'll be Arsenal and Everton. Have a great day, guys. Much love to you all, and I'll see you for the next episode and the first of the final 3 very soon.